Yeah. So why don't you start first, and then I'll do mine. So why don't
well,
you?
first, I'm just going to show you. So I'm going to do the X39.
Do you have the brochure, the little instruction booklet?
I do. Okay. Do you want me to start with that one?
Yeah. Start with that one. Show them where the recommended.
Okay. So, oh, there we go. Dropped it. All right. So here is one of the X39s, and on the back of it, it'll tell you like what it is. This one says X39.
And notice how she's holding it, guys, because she's not actually touching the center. Yeah. She's holding it by the
because
edge.
If you, I don't know if you can see it. There's the fibers on this in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to not touch them, especially like every day when you get them out of the package, because you get the heat from your body can activate them. So when you grab one, try not to touch all the other ones, and then grab it by the edge. Anyway, so this okay. I'm going to show you. Did you show the picture where? Okay, this is on the X39. This is typically where they suggest to put it. Like either like behind the neck or below the navel. So I'm going to put mine on behind my neck. And it's kind of like those little bumps that are on your spine, those little, I don't know what those are called, but anyways, you kind of put it right on top of there. So I don't know if you guys can see. I'm going to put mine right.
Yeah, so it's at the base of your neck. It's that's where you would place it, guys. And if you are just to side note, we should let people know, if you do have any kind of reaction like itching or anything, your skin is sensitive to the adhesive, it could be worn over clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's just, in the rare case that happens, right? Because it's like a band.
Yes. Because it works just like infrared light does. It can go through clothing. Yes, correct. Right. But you want to put it on your skin if you can. Just if you have a sensitivity, then you can do it the other way. All right. So are you going to put one on now, or do you want me to put all mine on first?
Let's take turns. That way, okay. We'll go through them as you put them on. I'll put the same ones on. So I'm doing the same thing, guys. So X39 and mine, I've worn it in where Wendy had put hers on, and I've also worn it below my navel. But I'm getting really great results wearing it right on my left inner wrist. So I'm just going to put it right here. And just like Wendy, you just hold it by the edge, and then it should say the name, whatever the patch is, it'll say it in the back. And try to do them one at a time so you won't get them confused, because occasionally I do them so fast that I forget, where does this go? Have you ever done that?
Yeah, yes, I do. I have done that.
And that's that. So we've got X39. And that's the stem cell activation. We call it the flagship product, or the one that's the base for everything.
So if you're going to start with just one, that would be the one.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to go to, what should I do next? Okay, I'm going to put on the Nirvana. I'm going to put a lot of patches on today. I'm going to put the Nirvana on. This one helps with mood. Relax, stable mood.
Okay, I'll hold up the picture, and then you can show them the different places that they can put it.
Okay, yeah, so he's showing the different places that you can put it. I choose to put mine up here today, so I don't feel like wearing it on my forehead.
You can wear it right where your thyroid is.
Yeah, I could.
You know, wear it on your forehead.
And put it here. You know what? Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I've never put it there before today. I'm going to put it there today. I'm going to put it by my thyroid. Then everybody can ask me what I'm wearing.
Oh, wow.
Right there.
Okay, that's cool.
Everybody can ask me, yeah. I had one person ask me one time, because I had them on each wrist, and they were like, do you plug in at night?
You plug in, I know, it does. It looks like when I first saw the Matrix, the very first Matrix, he had all these little plug holes on his spine, which is kind of interesting. You plug in at night. So that's cool.
I thought that was cute. Okay.
Okay, let me do mine.
Right.
So my Nirvana is going to be also on the chest region, and I will be putting it right in the same vicinity where Wendy put hers. And so I put mine right. Is that usually right there, right?
Yep, that's about right. Yep, that's about right. Right there. Perfect.
And that's 2. So we got 2 down. And the next one, do you have the brochure for the next one, for the glutathione?
I do. I was looking at it right now. So for the glutathione, you can put it either below your navel, back of the neck, ankle, up kind of by the wrist, or on the by the foot. I don't know if can you see that.
Okay, so the ankle.
So I'm gonna do the ankle. So this is the glutathione, and this is the one that is the body's master antioxidant.
And it's very, very helpful for heavy metal chelation. Like it helps to eliminate heavy metals.
Which we also had just learned that when people get immunization shots, that there's nanoparticles of heavy metals in there, and they actually can go to your brain. So one of the only ways to get those out of your brain is to actually these patches can take those out of your body, out of your bloodstream. So.
Right. Yeah. So that's what the other thing is, guys. We want to recommend that you hydrate, because you have to hydrate.
Especially with this one, yes.
Especially with this one, because of your cells, they need 3 things, right? They need water, they need oxygen, and
amino acids.
Amino acids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wearing this glutathione, in order to help eliminate and remove heavy metals, you want to make sure that you hydrate. So,
that's right.
So I am using my ankle as well. And basically, I do the same thing with the glutathione. You can switch left or right. It doesn't matter. You know, you can basically do your left foot or your right foot. Whoa. You have to balance too, guys, because that's the tricky part. And that is done.
It looks like you're barefoot on that rock behind you.
Yeah, I almost fell into the water, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna do mine now. I think I'm gonna, wait, can you see my ankle? Or, can you see?
Okay, now that's your right ankle.
This is my right ankle, so I'm gonna stick it right there.
Have you ever done the left or alternate?
Yeah, I alternate.
Okay. So you can alternate, guys. It doesn't have to always be on the right. You know, you can alternate ankles. And a lot of times we might forget. And that's one of the reasons why I like to wear it on my wrist, just because if I wear it in the back of my neck, sometimes I'll go to sleep with them on. It's not, you know, it's not like bad if you go to sleep with them on, because Wendy, you probably go
to sleep with them on almost every night. And then I just take them off when I get up in the morning, or sometimes in the middle of the night, sometimes I just forget to take them off.
Yeah.
I think I sleep better when I wear them anyways.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing in some instances. Like you'll be so tired. If you're really that tired, you'll just go to sleep. But the other thing I was going to say is, if you have them where you can see them, you know, and it depends what time you put them on too, because I would say if I put them on at 8 in the morning, usually by 8 o'clock at night, I'm still awake. So I will take them off at 8 o'clock, you know, like usually 8:30. But it just depends how your day goes, guys. You know, we're not saying that you have to always take them off. If you forget, like Wendy's had no problem.
Yeah, and so it's kind of funny because sometimes I take them off in my sleep at night, because like I'll go to bed, I'll just forget to wear them. I'm sorry, I'll forget to take them off. And I must take them off in my sleep, because I'll wake up in the morning and they're all on the floor, and I'm like, I must have taken those off in my sleep.
That's so funny. I think I've done that too. That is so interesting. Okay, so the next one, guys, is Wendy has 2 more. I have 1 more. It's carnosine.
Yes, carnosine. So
you have a brochure for that one?
And this is the carnosine, the glutathione, and the eon are all the same places. So you can put any of those in any of these places.
Okay.
And I choose to put the carnosine. Okay, so here's the story. So the carnosine does not show, the spot that I'm going to put the carnosine is not on here, because after this brochure was made, there was some research that the carnosine actually can help digestion as well. And like abdominal swelling, if, you know, like, anyway, so they suggest that you put it below your belly button, not where this one, I'm sorry, not below your belly button, above your belly button.
How many, it's like you measure it with
you measure like 6 fingers up from your belly button up. So it's kind of more in your upper stomach. And it really does help with digestion. So that's where I choose to usually put my carnosine. And anyway,
so I've kind of taken your suggestion actually and done the same thing. And I'll tell you guys, once I started putting it there, I did feel a difference in terms of like bloating and
yeah, it does help.
It's amazing. So yeah, I basically, so I don't know if you can see, but pretty much like if you put your fingers, like if you put your hand here and then you put like 2 fingers right up, it's right about here. So I don't know if you can see that. So you'd put it like right at this spot, and I'm just gonna, okay, so that is, just be careful when you peel because sometimes it'll, okay. So that's it, guys. You just sit it right there and you leave that on for 12 hours. All of these patches, you should keep on, what, 12 hours minimum, right?
At least 12 hours.
To get the full effect. So that was the carnosine.
Right.
Carnosine is great for stamina. It helps to increase stamina. It helps to increase up to, what is it, 100 and...
Yes, it increases your stamina up to 125%.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then, so you're going to have another patch after the carnosine that you said you were adding.
I still have to do my carnosine and the Eon.
Okay.
And so do you want me to do the carnosine or do you want me to just go to the move to the Eon?
Well, do the carnosine
okay.
And then we'll do the Eon.
Okay. All right. So what I do is I do the same thing. I don't know if you can move my chair. So I take the same thing as, all right, let me take this. I take these off first because it's just easier.
Yeah, I do that too.
Then it just sticks to your finger and then you can, okay. So then I go, let's see, you go four fingers and then 2 more fingers. Right? So about right there. And then it's right there, just like your upper stomach. You can, once you measure it several times, you kind of know, you can just stick it on there without measuring anymore because you kind of know right where to put it. So,
and
right, now we got 1 left. Or I have 1 left.
And again, there's no specific number of patches that we're suggesting that you don't have to wear, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, we've just been doing this for a year and we know which ones we like, but the X39 is amazing. Just if you can just start with X39, you're gonna love it.
Right. I mean, there are people that are fine with just wearing the X39. That's like everybody wears it. And then if you want to enhance other areas, like with the Nirvana, we didn't really talk about Nirvana that much, but like the Nirvana, the one that you have right there on your, in that right here. That one is for mood, guys. It actually helps to put you in a state of well-being. It if you have high anxiety or if, bouts with depression and things like that, it just puts you in a nice, even mood.
It's just an overall happy state of mind. And kind of funny because we both noticed the same thing, that it makes you like just randomly want to just giggle. And it's like, I don't know why.
Yeah,
it just makes you feel happy or you feel good. It's
just
like,
don't do that at a funeral, guys.
Yeah. There's a song about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just randomly makes you just want to smile, I guess.
Might not be too appropriate, but you can do it pretty much when you're in the car and you're by yourself and you're listening to music and you're just in a good mood, because it helps you focus better, and you have better thoughts, just happier thoughts, and it's mood stabilizing. So the studies are showing that it has something to do with our brain, with the way that the brain is stimulated and what the energy that it's releasing. it's amazing technology, guys. I mean, unless you could experience this, it's almost like too good to be true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people would
Yeah.
say, oh, how can you release dopamine? How are you getting to activate more dopamine production in your body that way? Because normally dopamine, you know, that's why people drink alcohol and take other pleasure drugs, because they like the dopamine effect. You know, it helps them to eliminate their stress, or helps with their anxiety and things like that. And Wendy, you know, has an amazing story, because she went from having been on scripts of
For a long, long time. Yeah. And over the last 20 years, I have tried to go off of them a few times, and it didn't work. And so it's kind of a real struggle. It's like, do you stay on them and suffer all the side effects and lose your personality? Because they may make you not go, you know, too depressed or too crazy or whatever you call it, but they also make you lose your good part of your personality. And so there is no fix with those kind of, I mean, they're a necessary evil maybe for, they used to be, you know, before this came along. Maybe I'm not saying that anybody should just go off of that without working with a doctor.
right.
But if you are on them and you want to try to get off of them, I mean, these are definitely, they helped me. They've helped many others. So.
And the Eon that you're going to put on,
Yes.
that one?
This one is for anxiety.
Okay.
Helps with panic attacks and anxiety. And they both.
Yeah, go ahead.
They complement each other. I mean, because even the Nirvana itself helps with panic attacks, just because it makes you, you know, in a happier state of mind. But this one is more for if you really are anxious. It's quicker acting, and instead of, like, you know, taking a lorazepam, if you feel like you're gonna have a panic attack, you can just put on a Eon patch.
Now, where are you going to place that one? Because I know you kind of used up those spots, so you got to find.
This one, you can put this one, same thing, same as any one of these spots, but you can literally put any of them anywhere. So I'm going to put that on my wrist.
Okay.
So, and I usually just take the sticker off first. Seems to be easier for me. I'm gonna put it on my left wrist today. Put it right there. And you want to make sure that everywhere you're putting these, that your skin is clean and dry. Don't put it on before you take a shower. And if you do, make sure you take a wash rag or something and wash those spots really good, and then dry them really good. Yeah, and then they'll stick good all day. That's
a good point. Actually, thank you for bringing that up, Wendy. One of the things that could happen is if you put them on an area where you tend to sweat during the day a lot, because
they can come off. Yeah.
Right. It's just an adhesive, you know. So in that case, you know, some people just wear it over clothing.
But just as long as you don't have body oils, like too many, you know, because right after you take a shower, it's like, you know, you have less of those oils, and it'll stick a lot better.
Right.
And make sure you're really, really dry. I actually take the blow dryer and I like blow dry like the spot till it's like there's like no moisture left.
Yeah. And have you ever had any issues with them falling off?
No, the only time I have is like when I've gone swimming. But then sometimes when I've gone swimming, they stay on. So I think you're way better off if you make sure you're really, like I said, really clean and really dry.
Right.
Put them on.
Right. That's so cool, guys. That's one of the things. And Wendy was wearing like 5 patches right now. She's worn a couple more at other times.
Mm-hmm.
But there are patches that you can wear at night, like before going to bed.
Yes, the Alveda. And that one is for your skin. It actually repairs your skin from the inside out.
Right. So you would basically put that on.
I have that one. That's this one right here.
Right. So that one she's not going to wear today during the daytime, but she could wear it, you know, she put it on tonight, and then you just take it off during the day. that one really made me sleep.
It does. It makes you really sleepy. I think every time I've wore it, I've slept in on accident. Just because you're sleeping so good. And yeah. So make sure when you wear that, when you put your alarm clock across the room so you can't hit snooze.
Exactly. So how do you get these patches, guys? There's going to be a link below this video, and you just click on that link, wendyrichenergy.com. You go to wendyrichenergy.com. In fact, you're going to laugh when I tell you this. I guess I could say it on camera, but it is, I Googled Wendy Rich, and I got Wendy Rich Energy came up.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
I got other things that link you to like your other business where you're today, what you do. But I thought, wow, that's pretty cool, because it actually, came up as Wendy Rich Energy, and it kind of brought you to your Facebook page and, how to get to order the patches, etc. And so that's what you can do, guys. If you want to, you can just, Wendy Rich, you can just Google Wendy Rich. You can go to her website, you can get the patches. The company, LifeWave, does offer a 90-day money-back guarantee if you are just a customer, right? So we want to make that clear. It's 30 days, though, which most places, a 30-day money-back guarantee, you will see results way before 30 days. If you place the patches according to what we just showed you guys today.
And some people, take a little longer. Most people see results right away. I saw results the first day.
Me too. Same, and sometimes, like, I had this guy who was, I don't know if I was telling you that time when I was at Bonefish Grill, and the bartender was very interested. So I gave him some patches, and he's a younger person, probably like 22, something like that, 22, 23. And so he wouldn't have noticed maybe a lot of increase in energy, because the older you get, as you age, you're not producing as many stem cells. And so you diminish, and you will notice it. The older you are, the more age you have.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but he noticed cognitive, like he was more alert. He said it was
That's the first thing I noticed was cognitive, and then more relaxed. Even with the X39, just the X39, more relaxed state of mind and
focus.
Focus, and then better sleep the first night.
Yeah. So, and he said the same thing. And his father came in to pick him up, and I met his father, and now his father has chronic back pain and has been suffering for years. And so his father, is going to put the patches on, put the X39 on to help with his pain. But I thought that was interesting. And guess what the college kid said? He goes, man, he said, it made me feel like I had taken an Adderall. Because if you've ever taken an Adderall is for people who have attention deficit disorder or the inability to focus.
So all of a sudden they could focus better, yeah.
So I thought, wow, that's pretty interesting. That's why I can focus better. I had taken Adderall, not because I just wanted to see, one time somebody said, hey, have you ever tried an Adderall? And it definitely made me focus, but I didn't like the side effects because it made me too.
I tried Adderall before too, quite a few years ago, and I felt like I was going to crawl out of my skin. I did not like that feeling.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I felt. And it does raise your blood pressure.
And these patches don't do that. When you're saying Adderall, you didn't mean like that jittery feeling. You just meant how somebody who actually needs Adderall, how it clears their mind and how it helps them focus. That's the part you were talking about.
Like he said, he was taking an exam, and he noticed that. And the other thing he noticed when he put the patch on is he wasn't tired. Like he said, usually by the end of the day, by 5 o'clock, I would be tired. I'd start to just, and he didn't feel that way at all the way up until like midnight. He had all this energy. So it did increase his energy, or his ability to, it's not like a jittery coffee energy, but it is just like you're awake, you're alert. You don't feel sleepy, and he was able to focus for his exam. And that's one of the things that he said, that college kids would love this, and how it helps you to focus, because you want to be alert. You want to have the memory working, you know, and that's what I noticed. Like my mind, since I've been wearing these patches, man.
I think, yeah, how they've helped me with work. I think everybody that has to take a test or is in any sort of class where they have to, you know, study and take tests, everybody should be wearing those, because they'll be amazed at what they can accomplish.
That's it. That's a good point. And, you know, your job, if that's what you need to be successful at your job and to be competitive, because obviously, you know, companies are always looking to hire the best, and they want to have people that, you know, are actually working 8 hours a day and not kind of sleeping half the time.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, companies could actually they hand them out to their employees and get like 120% more action out of them.
Who was one of your customers or something, or one of your clients or something?
What was that?
I thought you had mentioned that you had a client or a customer that you were introducing the
a few, yeah,
patches to, you know.
it's because people, you know, they ask me, you know, what is that, and I forget I even have them on sometimes.
Right, and that's.
I know, no, this is the first time I ever wore one right here. I'm sure I'm gonna be having people asking me what that is.
So now, when you have people ask you, what do you do? Do you, like, what do you tell them?
I just tell them that I'm wearing a stem cell activation patch. And I mean, people are definitely interested when I say that, because they're like, wow, like, I mean, because most people have never heard of it yet.
Yeah, maybe I should start wearing that there when I go to the gym. That way there, you know, people will be like, wow, what is that? You know, because it's not a nicotine patch. Obviously, it doesn't look like a nicotine patch.
I've had people asking me that. Is that it? I did have a couple of people ask that.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't smoke.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, go to wendyrichenergy.com, and next week we will probably be back on too. One of the things that we always like to talk about and share are how to do the business, because there are so many people that are looking, because these work so great that people want to know, hey, how can I become a distributor too? Because you can get them at wholesale, so you don't have to pay retail. Just so you know, this patch, the X39, this one is $149 retail, guys. You get a 30-day supply, $149 retail. If you become a distributor, you can get them, I think, as low as $49 if you become a distributor. Obviously, you know, the more that you purchase.
But you have, it's not only $40. Like you get like a bundle, and then which is more expensive, and then when you break it down, it ends up being that much per pound. Yeah.
Right. So,
but it's a better way to go to get a bundle, because you get more bang for your buck.
Yeah, and that's kind of what a lot of us have done, because, you know, we not only wear these, but we give them, we can sell them ourselves, you know. And I mean, I've sold a couple sleeves for like $149, just because somebody, you know, it's like they want it like today, like hey, do you, you know, if I have one right now, do you want it? Okay, here, $149. But, you know, the results are amazing. And then once they see the results, they can say, okay, I'm going to become a distributor, or I've become a regular customer. Because it's the way that these are helping people cumulatively. You don't just wear these like for a month and then you stop.
The way I think about it is like, I mean, because, you know, I've had people ask like, well, shouldn't I, you know, within 2 days, shouldn't I feel like the full effect? And it's kind of like when you start exercising, right? The first day you're like, wow, I'm sore, you notice something, and then every day builds upon it. You got to keep doing it. And when you start reactivating your stem cells, then your body starts healing. But then the next time you put it on, it's like a healing process. It's not like, you know, you put it on a couple times and it's done. It's a process.
Yeah.
So
it's just, you wear these like you wear your like clothes. You just put them on every day. You just wear them every day, you know. It's
unless you're in a nudist colony.
And that's, you know, and you still wear, and you would still wear your patches.
Then you still wear your patches.
Right. Not out here in North Carolina, anyway.
That's too cold.
It's,
I don't know. Is it cold? I don't know.
it's not so much that it's cold. It's just, you know, you're in a different part of the country. That's a different story. I mean, I'm from the West Coast, guys, and it's, you know, there's certain places that you will probably have more. In fact, I think California, last I checked, is very, very forward thinking in terms of health. They're very into the health, right? Because, you know, you've got Hollywood, you've got all these people that celebrities, they want to look younger, you know, plastic surgery. I mean, all this stuff to make you look younger and feel younger. And that's what this company has cracked the code on youth. I mean, people don't know my age. I mean, we were just talking, just before we started this, Wendy and I were just kind of saying, you know, how amazing we feel at my age. You know, I should not feel and look the way I do, you know, because most people just are going to start aging after a certain, like, their 40s.
I've even noticed changes in you the last couple of months. Like,
it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you started it like almost a year ago, but even
right.
the last couple of months, I've noticed more changes.
Yeah.
Another thing, when you're talking about places that are really into health, like Japan's always been way up there on adopting things that are natural and, you know, and healthy. And, you know, these patches are a big thing in Japan as well.
That is so huge. That's what got me really motivated, because I was looking at how this is all over the world. I mean, people are ordering these patches almost in 100 and something countries, 120 countries. And that's when I noticed what you just said about Japan, because I think Japan, in terms of the World Health Organization, the way they rank different countries in terms of health and issues, you know, the United States, I mean, America, we're like way at the bottom. Yeah. You would think with all the medical advancements that we as a country have here, that we wouldn't have a lot of disease. And instead, it's just the opposite. We have more disease. The United States has way more.
The United States, like, they treat people after they're sick.
Right.
Like Japan treats people so they don't get sick. You know, they do things.
Prevention.
They prevent people from getting sick. That's what they focus on. And
that's a great point, Wendy. And right now, over the last, since COVID-19 was introduced in the United States in 2020, look at how people have been affected. Look at how many people have weakened immune systems and are susceptible to viruses and different disease, right? The patches, they're not necessarily viewed as a cure, but they're prevention, right? So you, like the glutathione, you know, with antioxidant, you wear that every day. It's like you're giving your body prevention. You're boosting and helping your immune system, among doing other things too, because it's changing some of your habits, learning how to give your body, you know, make it so that it's immune to a lot of these crazy bacteria, virus, you know. And so, you know, I just feel that that's a big factor, guys. And like when you said about the Japanese, look at these other cultures and look at how long they live. I mean, longevity in terms of the average age that people die. I mean, there's people now living to 100, 110, 120. In fact, there's a book that just came out. I was going to tell you about it. This author wrote, he said that you can live you can live to be 120.
What's the title of the book?
I will find out. It has something to do with 120. It's like live to 120 or something like that is the title of the book. Like, and the way he describes it is like anybody could live to be 120. So I'm like, I'm there. Whatever I have to do, I'm there, guys. Because I feel like I'm in my 20s, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. I feel better now than I did in my 20s.
Yeah. And so to me, this way of living, you know, birds of a feather flock together, guys. And I have to say this because I want people to understand your circle of friends who you hang out with. Like, say, Wendy and I, just as an example, say we're vegan, say we're vegetarian, say we're vegans. You know, we have a certain way of what we eat, type of foods that we want to eat, what we don't want to eat, things like that, right? You know, we don't smoke, you know, we're not heavy drinkers, we don't take drugs, things like that, right? So now imagine we're going to feel a certain way. Our bodies are going to look a certain way. We're patching, so we're wearing this technology. When you find other people that want to do the same thing, it becomes a community of people. And that's really what LifeWave has done, is they've created this community of people that are like
health conscious people.
Right. You know, we're not saying that, hey, we're going to judge you. And if you know, like to smoke and drink and do all these other things, hey, it's your body. You have free will, free choice to do what you want, guys. All I can say is you look in the mirror, man, and see how you feel, see how, you know, what your stamina is like. And, you know, I mean, I have more stamina when I go to the gym. I see these young guys too, you know, and I'm like, wow, I have more stamina than like these 20-year-olds. And I'm like a little bit older than them. So like, how does that happen? And I'm not taking any, you know, drugs to stimulate and give me that enhanced energy. The patches, these patches are doing most of the work.
It's just taking advantage of what the earth gives us. Just like our food, you know, gives us vitamins. We actually get energy from our food. Some of the same energy that we get from these patches, we also get from our food. So with the food we choose to eat,
let's do our next one on that. That's a great subject right there, on energy. Why don't we do that? Let's do so our next video, guys, we're going to do is on energy, because Wendy just brought up a great point. Why do people eat more? What makes people eat? Do they eat to get thinking that they're going to have more energy, or why is their body needing to eat more? You know, because you get all these obese people, and I think a lot of it is like they believe that, oh, my body is
just a little bit. I don't know what you're talking about. In the short version is we get energy from our food, and the healthier the food, the more energy is in that food. That's why you can eat that's why somebody can eat a ton of junk food and still be hungry and still be tired, because it's not giving them what they need. So it's just a cycle of like constantly needing to eat, and you're still hungry and you're still hungry because your body you have not given your body what it needs, and your body's still wanting it.
So how about we make a video on what foods give people more energy, right?
Yeah.
And what patches can help people to have more energy.
That's a good idea.
Next week.
Because that's how they also help with weight loss, because it's giving your body the energy, you know, just from the sun.
Yeah.
So you're not needing as much energy, you know, from the food. Because our bodies actually, I had a stomach doctor tell me one time, our bodies are very, very, very efficient, that we don't need much food, especially if we eat the right food.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of times I've done intermittent fasting. Like, I haven't had breakfast at all. I don't have breakfast anymore. Right. So
talk about how you said intermittent fasting makes these work better. And I don't remember why, but you explained it.
Why don't we leave that? That's a great question to leave for next week. So we'll include that. Why intermittent fasting, how intermittent fasting will boost the effects of patching.
Yes. And we talked about that, but we didn't finish talking about it. So yeah, let's do that next time.
Let's do that next time, guys. So we're going to leave you with that. You know, to patch or not to patch or not to patch, that is always a question that you must answer for yourself. As far as Wendy and I, we will patch every single day. And what we want to leave you with is, you know what I wanted to do when I get older is be young.
Grow up? No.
Yeah. Well, that's.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, I'm a big kid, guys. I will admit. I love being a big kid. I never want to get old in my thinking either. You know, it's like, oh, I'm too old. I'm 70. I can't do that. Or I'm 80. No, I can't do that. Oh, you know, I'm 90. Man, I used to, when I was a kid, I don't want to ever think like that. I play, and I'll just say to the camera guys, I've been playing drums since I was.
You play to the beat of your own drum? Oh, you play drums, real drums.
Well, yeah, try to stay on topic here.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I think the patch is getting to me. It's that giggle thing that.
Yeah, they're Nirvana. I think they're Nirvana. I think putting it there is definitely making you giggle.
I think it is having a more effect than normal right here.
It could, well, you know, that's another thing. Maybe changing the location. That could be.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I always, I never thought, like when I was 12 years old, that I was going to be like 100 one day, and was I going to be able to still play drums? And, you know, because it's just like the things that you love to do when you're a kid, you know, like surfing or skiing or playing tennis or, you know, being active and different sports that you play. And once I started getting on these patches, man, I was just like, wearing these patches were making me feel like I did when I was a kid. And you just feel like you can do all the things that you did when you were younger and not feel like, oh man, because your body aches, or it's just so, it's awesome. It's awesome, guys.
I have another question for you. How come the sunrise has not moved behind you the whole time we've been?
That is a great question. Actually, the sun looks like it's coming up, doesn't it, guys? It looks like it's coming up.
It's been in the same spot for an awful long time.
Well, you know, in the Bible where it talked about where Joshua prayed for the sun and the moon to stand still.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what I did. I must have prayed this morning and asked the sun to just stay still while we're doing this video.
Sorry.
Hey, if you're going to be silly, I'll be just as silly. I mean, I don't care. You know, it's like, but yeah, I definitely